Hey, so since today is New Year's Eve, I wanted to do a video about maybe what people want to change about themselves or about their lives, because that's what people think about when they're setting New Year's resolutions and that kind of thing. I found this list of questions. It's almost like interviewing yourself, and I think it's really good to be self-aware, and it's also it gives whoever's watching this a chance to learn something about me, even though I'm kind of weird and boring. So, first one is, what are your nicknames? What do you prefer to be called? Well, my legal name is Abby. It's not Abigail. It's not. I hate that. And people, my boss included, he knows how much I hate it, and he'll call me Abigail just to tease me. But my nickname that my best friend and my mom have called me since I was in elementary school is Abs. So if I had to pick, that'd be my favorite, and I think that's the only one. When I was younger, people would call me like Abdominizer, something stupid like that, but it sounded like a dinosaur. So, no thank you. What books on your shelf are being begged? Oh. What books on your shelf are begging to be read? Actually, they're not on my shelf technically. Not that it matters, but my boss gave me some good reading. He was going through his office and he pulled out some books for me that shed light on how to become a better writer when you want to be read. I know that sounds kind of stupid because you usually write something for someone to read it, but it's more about teaching you how to write for a purpose and writing to an audience. So I think he gave me a few books, and I'm really excited to kind of delve into those, and probably, I know I will, I'll learn something. How often do you doodle? What do your doodles look like? I don't have time to doodle. I think I did doodle when I was in college, because when I was in class and taking notes, it kind of helped me. If I didn't have anything specific to be writing down at the time, the physical act of doodling while listening to whatever my professor was saying would help me remember. Weird, but I don't doodle anymore. What do you do if you can't sleep at night? Do you count sheep, toss and turn, try to get up and do something productive? I do have sleep problems, but I take medicine for that, so I don't really have there are not very many nights where I really can't sleep. If I do, I just lay there and I'm just like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. But that's about it. How many days could you last in solitary confinement? How would you do it? Well, I honestly don't know. I always have thought of myself as an introvert, but no one else thinks of me that way. Being around people, like big groups of people, makes me extremely anxious, and it exhausts me. I have panic attacks when I'm at the mall or just anywhere where there's a lot of people, especially if it's in a confined space. It's really not easy for me. So, solitary confinement, I don't know. I mean, as long as they were feeding me and it wasn't pitch black and there weren't rats, then I could, I don't know, a couple days. I hope I never have to find out, but yeah. Do you save old greeting cards and letters, or do you throw them away? I have saved probably every card that I've received since I was little. My parents kept the cards that they received when I was born. I still have those. Not that was my decision as a newborn to be like, I'm going to keep these. No idea. But I have boxes full of all different kinds of letters, cards that people have sent me over the years. And I cherish those things. You know, they're good memories. It's not something that I pull out and look at every day, but I love knowing that they're there because, you know, like when we moved into the house and we were packing, I had to look through some boxes. And when I looked through the box of cards, it just made me smile. It made me just really happy that I have, like, that love to hold on to forever. So that's that. Who is the biggest pack rat you know? I used to be a pack rat. Like, if someone would buy me clothing for Christmas or something like that, I would keep the tags. Because I felt guilty and ungrateful if I threw them away. They're just tags. Like, get rid of that. So I don't do that anymore. But there are things, I mean, maybe people would think that my holding on to all those greeting cards is being a pack rat. But to me, it's just, I don't know. It's just not. So I don't really know how to answer that question. I don't know anybody who is really a pack rat. It's probably a good thing. When making an entrance into a party, do you make your presence known? Do you slip in and look for someone you know? Do you sneak in quietly and find a safe spot to roost? I definitely don't like making my presence known. I'm not somebody who will, you know, I don't know. I don't just like come in and I'm like, hey! I kind of come in and kind of stealth-like and wait for people to notice I'm there. And then I'm like, hey! Like, yeah, I'm here. But I don't, like, hide in the corner and avoid talking to people either. I just don't like that grand entrance that a lot of people seem to like. It's just awkward. What is your strongest sense? If you had to give one up, which would it be? I think that my strongest sense is also the one that I would give up if I could or really had to, and it's my sense of kind of intuition about people when I first meet them, and also I'm very perceptive when it comes to how other people feel. So even if they're not saying anything, I can read people like a book, and it's a good thing. I really enjoy helping people and talking to people, but at the same time, I really take their feelings to heart, and I carry those with me. I'm the kind of person where if I can help you, I'm going to, and I just want to take all the burden or however you're feeling away from you, and that's just how I am. So it's a great thing, but it's also extremely, like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. It just really can pull me down, I guess. So, yeah. How many times a day do you look at yourself in the mirror? When I'm getting ready in the morning, when I go to the bathroom at work, which is like maybe twice a day, when I am getting ready for bed at night. So I don't know, like 4 or 5 times. That's a really weird question. What is the strongest thing you believed as a child? That I could fly. I was totally 100% convinced that I could fly. I don't know why I thought this, but I would stand like on my parents' fireplace and I'd be like, okay, like I'd get up, I'd just like stand there and muster up all of this, what I guess was like flying energy. And I'd be like, okay, and I would just like close my eyes and I would jump, and like in my mind I flew for a couple seconds and then I hit the floor. But there were times, like my parents had a big balcony, like where the upstairs hallway was, it looked over into the family room, and there were times where I considered trying to fly from that balcony, because in my mind I didn't think that a fireplace was giving me good enough height to start from, so I thought I should try from somewhere higher. And thank God I never tried, because that would have been stupid and I probably would have broken my neck. What is one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? They're probably all food related. I love food. It makes me feel really good and happy, and yeah. So, Chick-fil-A, nuggets and fries, that will never leave my life. The green mint chocolate chip ice cream, Starbucks, pizza, breadsticks, oh my gosh. Anyways, I could go on and on and on, so we're just gonna stop. Huh. Which animals scare you most and why? Spiders, crickets. I feel like I would rather come face to face with a bear than have to deal with crickets. Like just thinking about them makes me shudder. They're so disgusting, and they're small, and they're really fast, and you don't know where they're gonna jump or like where they're gonna go, and they're just really gross. So I'm glad that I have 2 kitties that kill them. That's probably my worst, the animals. Those aren't even animals, they're insects. That's really pathetic. Like, snakes don't scare me. I know people who are afraid of birds, they don't scare me. Which I kind of think it's weird to have a fear of birds. I don't know. So that's that. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? This changes every day, kind of based on how I'm feeling. Normally, I avoid conflict. It makes me nervous, and I don't like it, and it makes me want to crawl into a hole and hide. But there are also days where I don't really care what you're saying. I just want to challenge it. I might even agree with what you're saying, but if you rubbed me the wrong way, then I'm just going to push back at everything you say just because I can. I don't know why, but that's it. What is something about yourself that you hope will change but probably never will? Actually, I don't like that question. I'm gonna move on. Are you a creature of habit? Explain. Yes, not as bad as I used to be. If things used to happen outside of my normal routine, I would get very upset and just wouldn't know what to do. But now, I definitely still have somewhat of a routine, but on the days where it's not followed, it kind of makes me happy and is exciting. So, yes and no about certain things. Are you high maintenance? Explain. No, I'm not. Yes, I like wearing makeup and looking nice in clothes, but I am not high maintenance. Like, I will go outside and get, walk around in the mud in my bare feet, go stand outside in the rain without a jacket or an umbrella. I know those aren't those things don't make you high maintenance, but I don't have to be the center of attention all the time. I don't know. I'm just not. I feel like I'm easy to please. Yeah, it doesn't really take much. Do you have a whole lot of acquaintances or just a few very close friends, and why? I definitely know a lot of people, but the people that are closest to me, I only have a few of those types of people. To me, it's exhausting trying to, like, I don't know, trying to almost explain myself to so many people, where, like, my best friend and my family and Ryan and his family even, like, I can just kind of be whatever, and I don't feel like I have to justify it. So yeah, just a few very close friends, but I definitely know a lot of people and enjoy their company just as much, but I keep them at a different distance. What's a strange occurrence you've experienced but have never or rarely shared with anyone? It's actually relatively recent, over the last few months. My dad passed away in May, and it was extremely traumatic and just awful, and I was having a lot of trouble sleeping at night, and this one night, I swear, like, it was so real. It wasn't a dream. I know it was a dream, but he visited me in my dream. It was amazing, and I will hold on to it forever. Basically, it was very quick, and what the dream was I was at my parents' old house that they just moved from last year, and or this year, I guess. And I was outside on the terrace with my mom while she was watering her flowers, and I looked in through the kitchen window, and because something caught my eye, and I saw my dad walking into the kitchen from the family room, which is what he did hundreds of times a day. And I was just like, oh, and I got so excited, and I ran to the door, and I ran inside, and I just, like, ran to him, and I hugged him really tight, and I just was like, when I woke up, I remember the feel of his shirt from my dream. I remember, like, physically holding him. It was amazing, and I don't know. I have no words. So in my dream, I'm standing there holding him so tightly because I didn't want to let him go. And I said, where have you been? I missed you so much. And I said, I don't know if this is real or not. And he just, like, kept hugging me, and he said, it's real. And that's when I woke up. And it was just amazing. I've never been, like, one to believe that those things happen, but there's no doubt in my mind that that was him visiting me to let me know that it was going to be okay. What do you think about more than anything else? My dad. Probably almost. I don't think a minute ever goes by where I don't think about him or something doesn't remind me of him. It's just, he's always on my mind. What's one thing you'd rather pay someone to do than do yourself? Why? Well, now that we've painted our entire house, I'm going to say paint. I never want to do it again. I'm just going to pay someone next time. It was ridiculous. Like, it's just awful. It took forever, and no, never again. How has your birth order affected you? Well, I have 3 older brothers. I'm the youngest and the only girl, and I love it. everyone all, like, growing up was always like, oh my gosh, they must be so mean to you. Sometimes, but that's not what I remember when I think about growing up with them. I think about how nice they were and how protective they were and how much fun they were and how I just wanted to be around them all the time, which I know they hated. I mean, they had to have. But I think I almost feel like I'm a combination of all three of them in certain ways. And I really just love the fact that I'm the youngest. I don't know. I feel like my relationship with them and with my parents is so, it's just the way it is because of when I was born. What do you consider unforgivable? Cheating? That will never, no. It's just, I have way more respect for myself than to accept someone back in my life who has done me wrong, especially when it comes to relationships and cheating. I just don't understand why people do it, and I think it's stupid and it's selfish, and I will never be one. I was one, actually. I was someone who begged someone to stay with me even after they cheated on me. Like, I was so stupid. I thought nothing of myself, and I can't believe that I was that person, because now I wish I just could have kicked myself in the butt however many years ago that was, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever. How difficult is it for you to forgive someone who refuses to apologize? I will not forgive someone. Well, that's not true. I've forgiven people without them apologizing because some people will just never apologize. And that's their problem. But I'm not going to let their flaw of being unable to admit when they were wrong or that they hurt your feelings or whatever they did, I'm not going to let their inability to do that affect the rest of my life. So, sorry. Like, I don't even want to say what I'm thinking. But I don't easily forgive people, especially if they can't even admit when they're wrong, but I will. I mean, it's not likely and it's not easy, but I have definitely done it. I'm kind of the person who will not let them forget what they did until they apologize. I know that sounds really terrible, but that's just how it is. In what area of your life are you immature? I've always been very mature for my age, and people have told me that consistently as I was growing up. But the part of my life where I'm immature is definitely my sense of humor. I don't know. I just feel like I'm a goof now. Like, I'll make the dumbest jokes, really childish jokes. I'll laugh at inappropriate things way harder than anyone should ever laugh. So yeah. So those are all the interview questions, and that was actually really interesting. There's some things that I never really consciously thought about that those questions forced me to think about, and that was kind of fun. I wonder how many times I say Note to self, stop. That's like when I was younger. I think every teenager did it, but I used to say like all the time. And I remember my dad and one of my brothers, they basically challenged me to not say the word like, and every time I said it, they'd call me out on it until I just stopped doing it. and it was amazing. I could actually speak, and now I say all the time. Anyways, just kidding. I do that on purpose. So that's that. I won't see you until the new year. So happy 2016. I hope everyone has a great New Year's Eve and stays safe. And we are going to be heading to Pennsylvania tomorrow to see Ryan's family, and I'm really excited, and we haven't seen them in a long time, so it'll be really fun. And yeah, so that's basically it. I wish everyone a very, very happy new year and a very happy and blessed and successful 2016. And I will see you next year. Bye!